Hello, parents out there. My name is Mr. Parrott. I am the Green Team science teacher and the Green Team team leader. And before we get into any of the information-based stuff here for our virtual Meet the Teacher Night, I'll apologize in advance. My video may be a little bit longer because I am going to go through not only the science class, but I'm going to go through some of the Green Team expectations that we have talked about this week for the entire Green Team since I am the Green Team leader. So my video may be a little bit longer. Hopefully you'll get some valuable information out of it that's been communicated with your students already. So without further ado, I'll go ahead and start going through things. Before we get into some of the things about the Green Team, let's go through some of the stuff. We'll meet myself as Mr. Parrott here. So this would usually be the presentation that will go there. A little bit about me. I grew up in Washington, Illinois. That's where I live now. I graduated high school there. I went to ISU, graduated with 4.0 with my bachelor's in science and teaching. Graduated the American College of Education with a master's degree. Now about 5 years ago, I think, going through there. This is my 10th year teaching at Morton. My first year I taught at the high school, then I've been here at the junior high the last 9 years. This is my 11th year teaching overall. I live in Washington, as I mentioned, with my wife, Erin. And we have two boys. We have a 5-year-old Blake. He's the one in the left side with the superhero costume on. And then we got Kyle. He's the one on the other side riding his little tricycle there. He's 3. And then we also have a dog named Leo the Beagle. He's there kind of in the middle. And besides teaching 7th grade science, I am also the 7th grade baseball coach, the T3 sponsor, which is our board gaming club here at the junior high. I also am the high school esports coach that just got approved last year, and we're hoping to have a season this year, and I'm the Green Team leader. As far as what the Green Team leader will do is I am the one to contact if you need any contact information from. If you want to schedule a meeting with us, you can schedule a meeting with us. My contact information is right above here, brandon.parrott@mcusd709.org. I'm the one to go to if you want to schedule a meeting. Now, usually our meeting times are between 10:40 and 11:10. That's kind of our prep period where the entire team is off at the same time. But if you can't make that and you need to schedule another time, let us know, because then we can work with you to make sure that we're meeting. If we need to set up like a video call, we're more than accustomed to try to set up the video call if you don't want to come in person. But we have some spots available to talk to you if you feel like a meeting is necessary with it. As far as other kind of Green Team things go, I'll kind of go through these quick because the kids have heard these things. But they've got their iPads. They should all be set up. If there's any problems with the iPads, let me know. Send me an email. I'll kind of get it figured out. I'm kind of the tech guy on the team. I'm the one that got them all set up with them anyway. So if they have any problems with it, please let me know. We'll get it taken care of as soon as possible. If they have other problems, they can come to see the librarian, Mrs. Akers, in the LMC. She is who to go to in the school for the much larger problems dealing with iPads. I'm going to be referencing, you'll see on the video here, I'm referencing the Green Team Expectations in Classroom Syllabi list. This is going to be emailed out to you. If you have not received this email, please let us know, because that means your email address is not correct in PowerSchool for whatever reason, because that's the list I'm going off of to send you emails. So you'll have a welcome email, hopefully, by the time you're seeing this video. So you should have access to this whole document that has everybody's expectations and our syllabi in there for you to view. And you might have already viewed it before, which if you had, awesome, wonderful. If not, we'll go over the main points. We got LHI. This is our lunch homework intervention. This is a chance for kids who didn't get their work done to get it done during the lunch period. They'll still eat. They're just going to be in a room of 16 kids, and those 16 kids will eat and also work on those late assignments at the same time. We have found that this has cut down drastically the number of kids that turn in homework late, because they view that lunchtime as a socialization experience, which we want them to have. So they're motivated to get the work done. We found a lot of them in order to earn lunch privileges for them. So it has been great. Over the last couple of years, it has drastically cut down the number of late assignments we have seen. Because beforehand, they're seventh grade students. They might not always do their homework. We've seen that. This has been a very helpful thing there. If you have any more questions about that, please let me know, email. Absences, going to be a little bit different this year. The district has their whole thing. Mr. Hoppins covered, quarantining issues with that. But what we're saying for absences, check Schoology. Every teacher is going to have their stuff posted daily as far as what you've missed. We'll be glad to talk with you through it. Everybody's making some kind of like video or some extra attempt to put a little bit more information out there, since we will have kids quarantined that can't be with us in person. So even if you're just absent and not quarantining, you should still be able to view what we've done in class and be able to see it a lot better than maybe it has been in the past. If one benefit comes from there, there's going to be more assistance and more guidance given to those students who are absent. And as of always, email your teacher questions if we got them. Behavior. The biggest thing with behavior is tardies. The tardy system works like this. They're allowed one tardy a week. If they get two, they get a referral to the office. Now, if it's their first attempt, they might just be let off with a warning. But if it's a pattern of repeat behavior, those usually lead to detentions. What we found, we implemented this last year, and it cut down the amount of tardies. Kids were getting to class on time. We were able to start on time drastically. We would only have, maybe towards the end of the year, before we all were at home, we may only have 2 or 3 kids on that list, and they were only tardy once. So everybody was getting to class on time. It was great to be able to see. Now, obviously, with new school year rolling around, that won't actually start until maybe the 3rd, 4th week of school here, as we're getting used to the bell schedules and figuring that out. There's that grace period given for them, but at some point that stuff's going to come. As far as from my perspective, students have been wonderful at getting to class on time right now. So we have aced that test, so to say. Organization, we just ask the kids to be organized. We work with them a lot with trying to be organized, so hopefully they'll get some of those skills built up there. Communication, Miss Shore is going to go through a little email etiquette class with them for a couple of days of how to write a professional email to your teachers and to communicate professionally through email, which is just overall a great skill to have. So within the first couple of weeks there, she'll be doing that with them. We do ask students if they have questions about what's going on in class. They are the ones to communicate with us now. We're in that weird middle zone here at the junior high where they're not quite into the high school yet, but we're trying to get them to the high school. One of those things is being able to, at least through email, talk to your teacher if you're not comfortable with seeing us in person. So we encourage that communication to come from the students first with anything. Not that we don't want to hear from you. If you have a big question about things happening, feel free to email us. But we want to hear from the students when it's like a question about math or a question about science. We'd like to hear from the students first so we can answer them that way. Online expectations, this would be more if we get into a remote learning situation. We've gone over those expectations with the students. If for some unfortunate situation we end up being in that situation again, we'll probably need to expand this a little bit more and go through that a little bit more. We basically expect if you're like a healthy quarantining and you're got to do the remote online stuff for a little bit, we expect that within a day or two after the thing's assigned that you're reaching out to us and doing things. If you're at home and you're well and safe, that's the big thing. If you're healthy and you're able to feel up to doing work, we expect that you're at least taking a look at the work, emailing the teachers if you're not understanding things and keeping up, because we don't want kids to fall behind if you're out for an extended period of time because of quarantining. We want to be able to keep you up within the last couple of days of what's happening. And we'll reach out as teachers if we notice a problem as well there. That ends just the green team portion of it. I'm going to go through science now as far as what's going on in science. What you need to bring to class for science: iPad, some kind of folder to put papers in, and a pencil and maybe some paper to write on. We do not have a science textbook. A version of the textbook is available online that we're going to use. I'm going to send them documents of the pages when they need them. A copy will also be available to use in the classroom as well as for checking out in the LMC. But we're going to try to limit the use of books in the classroom since we would have to sanitize them when they return them. So in order to not have that sanitation stuff happening, a lot of the stuff will be done through the iPad. As far as what things to expect for them in class, here are the topics that we have. We're going to do scientific method, and then we do biology. So we do cells, DNA, genetics, ecology, which is the environment, natural selection, adaptations, which may not seem like a lot. Those are only like, 6 categories, 6 or 7, but there is so much more inside of that we start to unpack. And then they'll unpack more when they go across the street to the high school. So we're just kind of the introductory classes to all those, when they'll get more in-depth as they go. But we cover a lot as far as cells go, as far as DNA goes, as far as genetics go. So they'll get a lot of information dealing with those topics. As far as what type of assignments they'll see, tests, there'll still be tests. Quizzes, there'll still be quizzes. Those are all done through our Schoology program, which you'll hear that a lot. That's our new district-wide program that we are using. It's very similar to Google Classroom. They'll have homework. I've told the students this. I'm not going to try to give homework every day. It is probably going to be, some cases, 2 to 3 times a week. And that's just because of how our labs are going to be this year. Some of our labs have to be expanded to 2 days just because of how things are working. And now that we're going into labs, how labs are going to work is that they're going to try to be as individual as possible because of the safety and sanitation concerns there. So we are going to try to have the labs be as individual as possible, which means that they might just take longer to do. There might be a lesson and then a lab instead of just being a lab day. We might have to do some kind of blended hybrid thing. If they do ever have to work with another partner, they will always be with the same partner. That way there's no contact tracing. They'll still be doing their own work, but for like collecting data, it might be hard to run a system and also run a stopwatch at the same time. So we might have to have 2 people helping out on the same thing just so that they're collecting data. They might not have the same, they're not going to share the same work. They still have to do their own work, but they might have to share results, we'll say, as far as the labs go. Projects, we're still going to have projects. Those may be more individualized too. So there's typically that stuff. As far as assignments go, the only thing that's going to be hard copy that you see coming home is going to be stuff that kids will keep. So like notes and those type of things. If it is anything homework-wise, we are going to do that through Schoology. So all of our assignments will be done through the iPad going forward there. And if you have any questions about how that is going to work, do not hesitate to email me. I'll be glad to answer any questions that you have about Schoology there. The last thing on there, extra credit. Extra credit is only going to be given to everybody. There may be one opportunity a quarter to have that. No individual extra credit will be given. That's just kind of our policy there. It'll be given to everybody if it is given there. I'm going to wrap up now because this is getting to be, it looks like a close to 14-minute video. So thank you so much for watching. It's been great being back here. The kids have been wonderful and following the rules. I think they appreciate being back here too. So thank you from the bottom of my heart for everything. The kids deserve as much credit too. They've been great. If you have any questions whatsoever, please do not hesitate. I'm pointing up, like I have the email address still up there. There it is again. If you need any questions whatsoever, please contact me, brandon.parrott@mcusd709.org. And like we say every day here at the junior high, it is a great day to be a junior Potter. Bye.